NBC5 News at 11 starts now.
Wildlife Images Rehabilitation and Education Center reopened today after closing to the public for over 4 months. Thank you for choosing NBC5 News at 11. I'm Andrea Boyd. NBC5's Lauren Preto is live in studio after being exclusively invited to the reopening. Lauren.
Andrea, we told you back in December that a sudden and significant change in front staff caused the nonprofit to close their doors. Today, I spoke with Dave Siddon, Executive Director of Wildlife Images, about everything that's been happening these last few months. Wildlife Images opened Monday for the first time this year after a surprise closure.
We understood this time around, if we didn't get it right, there was going to be no other chance, no other opportunity.
According to one former employee, 22 employees had quit Wildlife Images by mid-January. Wildlife Images Executive Director Dave Siddon says he feels this was due to a change of culture.
The kindness and the care for the animals and all that was starting to subside. We needed some refreshing with the staff, and so it started back in December. And it's one of those things, as you're changing culture, some people aren't going to like it.
Some worried about the care of animals, like one porcupine named Thistle, who former employees claimed died of pneumonia when Wildlife Images was closed. They alleged that the death could have been prevented, but Siddon says there wasn't anything they could do.
And it was basically a superbug. Had it been diagnosed, the minute it got it, probably couldn't have saved it anyway. It was antibiotic resistant and everything, and it took the porcupine out in about 2 days.
Siddon also says when he announced his son was being added to Wildlife Images board, former staff members weren't happy. He says this decision isn't unethical, it's part of what Wildlife Images is.
My dad was on the board, my mom was on the board, I've been on the board and all that, and he had a skill set that nobody else had. It's funny, the governor was here visiting, and we were talking to the governor about that. She said, I think it's a great idea.
Siddon says there have been many rumors spread about Wildlife Images since the closure, but the most damaging of them all was that the animals weren't being properly looked after. He says that couldn't be more false.
The haters kind of went out spreading the word everywhere. And so we invited USDA to come in, U.S. Fish and Wildlife come in, State Fish and Wildlife, OSHA. Every regulatory agency out there has been in here with a microscope looking over everything, and they said everything looks amazing. So
Siddon tells me this time of closure was necessary for them to enhance their facility and restate their mission, which is caring for and educating the public about wildlife animals.
Siddon says they've hired new employees for nearly all the positions that they'd lost. This includes new Animal Services Manager, Kara DeShazo, and new Director of Operations, Mark Waring, who both joined in December.
Before I was here, I was actually running the second largest rehabilitation center in North America. I'm in Houston, Texas. I just feel like, all my skill sets have kind of come together with ambassador work and clinic work and just kind of got to mesh at this wonderful facility.
Waring says getting everything prepared for opening day has been chaotic, but good.
It has been crazy. I've had really no days off, and I've been putting in probably about 12 to 14 hours a day to try to get everything ready and essentially build an organization again from kind of the ground up.
Waring and DeShazo both say they love this facility, and they encourage people to come and see all the changes for themselves.
I really want anybody that has heard any rumors or has heard any negativity about this place. I mean, it just gives me chills to talk about it. Just please come see for yourself and talk to us, with us about what is going on, because we're not ashamed. We want to talk about it.
You can tune in tomorrow night on NBC5 News at 10 on KOBI and NBC5 News at 11 for more information about the future of Wildlife Images. Live in the studio, Lauren Preto, NBC5 News.